So yeah, today a little bit different. So I want to talk about. So it's another 11 days or how many days left before my graduation. So I want to also discuss about what my major milestone and breakthrough on my PhD research. So when I start my PhD, it's like the biggest topic or the idea, the question and so on that I want to try to get is how to be able to pay the whole PhD. So the PhD that I take is not like scholarship, so it's like something that I need to pay the tuition fee for it. And I was working at the time as a research assistant or like researcher. And then when I even like the moment that the hardest moment was when I need to pay this PhD process. I have to delay it because I only can pay the first installment, but I cannot pay the next one. So it's actually not the PhD itself like that is challenging, but actually the life around PhD, like how you're able to survive and fund your research, how you'll be able in the same time doing your personal life, and also in the same time able to be doing research. Because I would say like research as a research is not something that is very hard and complicated. It's like actually the real life activity. It's much harder, like how to support the life if you have family and so on. So then one of the milestone that doing this PhD is like then I need to have like a real job that giving me like a stable income. And I'm thanks God at that time like I'm start working and developing actually the startup that now getting like million of users, and it's startup it also in education, so it's even better. And by that it's like become one of the biggest milestone that finally like there is like work, there is PhD, there is research, everything helping each other and so on. And that's the first milestone, I think, one of the like huge point. Together with also meet my wife and set up family. This is also a very big milestone. So as you see, the milestone actually not the research itself, PhD, but also actually life. But then the next challenge or the next milestone is like actually finishing your coursework. So I would say like the coursework in PhD is not very much difficult. I would say my bachelor or master degree is very difficult because the idea of PhD is actually go to the laboratorium, doing research, make a finding, make publications and so on. So the coursework, of course, you have to fulfill it. Some of them is very hard, like mathematics, economics. I remember that this is not pure mathematics, but also philosophical and a little bit kind of lost, like quantum mechanics stuff like that. But coursework done. One of the hardest point in PhD is actually finding supervisor that willing to do the research, like supervise your research, because you have interest. I changed even 3 times of my supervisor. So kudos to my last supervisor that stay and willing to supervise me, my Professor Marek Dombrowski. So the first one I was in the econometrics because I believe like my research will be more like calculation, mathematics and so on. But it's turned out like it's not easy to keep the pace. There are also sometimes difficulty to meet the supervisor according to schedule because you have to fit also with their personal schedule and so on. And the second one is actually not very much interested in my topic, and the third one, thanks God, is very fit. He's interested. He's very highly high caliber researcher, have a lot of research, really like to publish, have a time. So finding the supervisor that willing to help you on the research, this is very important. Another milestone that also happening is also like being able then to pass making proposal of your research. This is not easy. It's proposal, but basically when you create proposal of PhD research, you have to be able to imagine how this research will be finished and done. And actually nothing can be predicted because a lot of things going on. I'm writing maybe even for 7-8 years, even or 9 years writing on my PhD, and a lot of things happening and changing. So that's also milestone. Another milestone is also being able to publish in very high respectable journal, because you could write, you could like make yourself busy and get a headache and so on, but when you publish your paper, it means like there is acceptance from other party that see your research is really have a tenure, have a like novelty, that it works, like it's useful for other people also. So that's not easy as well. If you can do it, so it means you really pass this process. And and the last one is finally finish your writing. Milestone here is also like finish writing, meaning that you and your professor agree that this work is finished. It means that you need to have like kind of frequent meeting with this professor, with your supervisor, and his generosity in terms of time to see you and so on. So it's not also that easy. Commitment has to be happen in both sides, and I'm very grateful once again, Professor Marek Dombrowski, for being patient and able and detailed on helping me to finish all this PhD process. So that's to take time before in 10 days before my PhD graduation. So excited. Okay, thank you very much, and see you later on other podcasts. Bye.